So you figure since I moved to Germany, I would be watching a lot more soccer. Excuse me, fußball. With teams such as Dortmund, Bayern München, and even our hometown Bochum being in the Bundesliga 1.
Fußball will always be one of the most popular sports here in Germany.
But my loyalty will always be to the game that I first loved. And that is basketball. Now, I really loved playing soccer as a kid. Actually, at recess, I would always play in the field here in Germany with a lot of German kids and also other kids on base too. But after watching one freak accident happen during recess that included a lot of blood and a hole going through somebody's arm, I was like, nah, this ain't it. So I naturally gravitated towards the game that my brother and my dad always watched and played, and that was basketball. During the 90s, we were able to watch Michael Jordan and the Bulls dominate year after year, winning in championship after championship. And after that, I just fell in love with playing basketball. Michael Jordan definitely was my favorite player, and the Bulls were my favorite team at the time. Kinda sucked though, because we lived 9 hours ahead here in Germany. So watching live basketball games on TV wasn't even a thought. So thank God for our cousins in the States. They would send us VHS tapes of recorded games and even documentaries such as Come Fly With Me, Michael Jordan, and even NBA Superstars, which I actually fell in love with. I knew every song verbatim and everything like that. That introduced me to stars such as Charles Barkley, Hakeem Olajuwon, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Magic Johnson, and my mind was blown. Since the late 90s, the emergence of European basketball has been on the rise. One player at the forefront of that was Germany's native son, Dirk Nowitzki. In 2007, he was the NBA MVP, and in 2011, he actually became an NBA champion. And after that, Germany's reputation has ever been so prevalent in the NBA, with a slew of players such as Dennis Schroeder, Maxi Kleber, and the Wagner brothers, Mo and Franz. The future of Germany's representation in the league is on the rise. So you figure, with the popularity rising with basketball here in Germany, there'd be a ton of people on the courts playing basketball outside and everything. But realistically, it was far from that. It's even hard enough to find a court to play on out here. Back in the States, I used to hoop at least once a week. I had a gang of friends that loved the game just as much as me, and we'd play all the time. But when I moved here to Germany, I was alone. I didn't have any friends. And it was hard enough to even just find people to play with on the courts, or even let alone find a court to play on. Until one day, I found a concrete court right around the corner from my house, tucked away in a little kindergarten school. I would spend hours and hours playing by myself, just shooting around on this court, and it kind of sucked, you know? It was cool to kind of just play and everything and shoot around, but one of the best things about basketball is playing with other people. Luckily, my wife introduced me to a family friend named Dre, and his first love was basketball as well. So immediately, we clicked and hit it off. We would hoop all the time, doing drills, and he told me he had a group of friends that played in a neighboring city called Essen. So I was like, man, let's go hoop, dog. I can't wait to play in the indoor court. So normally here in Deutschland, they have these sports groups called Sportvereine. Basically means sports groups. And basically a group of homies that love to play the same sports. And sometimes they pay memberships to join these groups. For instance, like a soccer club, they would pay €50. The families would come and enjoy festivities with the team, have family meetings, group meetings, and just play soccer. And it sucked. I always thought, I was like, man, you got to pay money to join a group? But luckily, this basketball group, Gruppe, was just some homies that love to play ball. And we hoop every Friday now. So what I want to do is invite you to tag along with me on one of my Fridays, hooping here with some of my friends. Check it out. On the way to Essen to meet my basketball group. Since at the moment I don't have my license here in Deutschland, I have to take the train everywhere. So, I mean, it's pretty efficient. You don't have to pay for gas or anything like that. And it's super fast. You don't have to sit in traffic too. So, I may do without it for this long, so it's all good, baby. So this is what I'm hooping in. Luca ones. I'm doing a video blog. That's John. Zakaro. Hassan, Kev, Oli. New dad to be. Let's hoop. Wir sind fertig. Fucking lost all games because of this guy, Filipino Kobe, and this motherfucker right here singing in my ear all day long. Aber Spaß, man. Alles gut. Yeah, I know we lost, but it's always fun hooping with the homies. And I'm so fortunate to find these group of friends. Shout out to all of them. They're in Essen, my whole basketball group. Well, that concludes this episode of Living in Deutschland. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace out.